All right, shalom, shalom. We the real Hebrew Israelites coming day in and day out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America. All right, first off and foremost, I'd like to say all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Makar Kadash. Double honors to thee, all the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. Just wanted to jump into this. Let me pull it up on my phone. Now, this was 6 days ago on April the 8th. As you see in the title, Moabites in the Russian army. All right, so this was on BBC News, like I said, about 6 days ago. Ukrainian forces have captured 2 Chinese nationals who were fighting in the Russian army in eastern Ukraine, Donetsk region. President Zelensky has said on Tuesday that intelligence suggests that the number of Chinese soldiers in the Russian army was much higher than 2, which we should know that because you have these other nations that are now starting to link up and come against America, which was prophesied through the scriptures. Okay. And so when you actually look at it, and with these tariffs, hey, China and these other countries are laughing at America in their face because most everything you buy is made in China, made in China, made in China. All right, so this whole little thing that's going on is going to just spearhead us right to the MOTB. And then once that MOTB is pushed, what do you have? World War III, the nukes. All right, these countries are not linking up for no reason. All economical wars lead to actual war. Okay, you guys can read this report on your own. So I just want to go straight into the scriptures, but let's get this Jeremiah 49-14. I'm gonna start with 7. Jeremiah 49-7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, is wisdom no more unto man? Is counsel perished from the prudent? Is their wisdom vanished? Now remember in Isaiah 47, the Lord told him to go to all the wizards and witches and all your sorceries and see if it was going to help, right? It says, flee ye, turn ye, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Dan. For I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, in that time when I visit him, which is like we say, Isaiah the 47th chapter, 3rd verse. If grape gatherers came unto thee, would they have not leave some gleaning grapes? If these by night, were they not destroyed until they had enough? But I had made Esau bare. All right, the same thing in Obadiah, man. Okay, I have made him bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he should not be able to hide himself. His seed should be spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. All right, leave thy fatherless children, and I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. All right, hey, so Yahweh Shema Shai is going to destroy Basra, man, in so many words, man. He said, I've made Esau bare. All right, first and foremost, we're seeing the shame of America. We're seeing the hypocrisy of America. All right. It says, I'll preserve them alive. Right? Because, hey, you Edomites that's not over here in Babylon the Great are going to slavery, man. Wherever the hell you may be at, starting with your elites. Okay. Let me get to the point. It says, leave the fatherless children, and I'll preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. All right. For thus saith Yahweh, behold, those who judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Now it's talking about Israel, right? Because we went away into slavery, right? And it says, and art thou he that shall altogether go on punishment? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. Which is what? When you go to Lamentations 4:22, all right, that cup goes into slavery, man. All right. Matter of fact, he furthered the oppression. That's why the Lord said he has to get double that portion. Okay, now let me get to the point. It says, "For I have sworn by myself, saith Yahweh, that Basra shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, a curse, and all the cities thereof should be perpetual wastes." All right, this is getting ready to happen to Babylon, and this is going to happen via the heathens and the UN. All right, now although China is not a part of the EU, best believe Moab is going to get some missiles off. Okay, these smaller nations are going to get some missiles off. Okay, it says, "I have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen, saying, Gather ye together and come against her, and rise up to battle." Now, how's this battle going to take place? Matter of fact, this is Isaiah 9:5. "For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this should be the burning and the fuel of fire." So this is what's getting ready to happen to this place, man. Right? Via these missiles, via Isaiah the 13th chapter, the weapons of my indignation. Via 2nd Ezra 16, it says, when the arrows begin to be shot to the end of the earth. These arrows, these glittering swords are going to come from these other nations. All right. Like we said, primarily, this says the EU, it says they're going to burn her. How do you think the EU, or those 10 horns, is going to burn the harlot with those missiles? Okay. Everybody's going to come up against this place. Okay. Back to Jeremiah 49:15. "For lo, I will make thee small amongst the heathen, and despised amongst the men. Thy terribleness have deceived thee." What made Babylon the Great terrible? All right. The same thing that made Rome terrible. When it talks about its talons, that's its military might, man. Hey, the same thing that made Greece, the same thing that made Greece mighty. All right. When you talk about the iron and all that, hey, it's military might. Okay. It's military might. It says, "Thy terribleness have deceived thee, and the pride of thy heart, O that dwellest in the cleft of the rocks, that holdest the height of the hill. Though thou shalt make thy nest high as an eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith the Lord. And Edom should be a desolation." Hey, Isaiah the 14th chapter. "How hast thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer?" All right. Esau's going to fall from heaven when his system, when his crown jewel city is destroyed. All right. Remember, the scriptures talk about Yahushua being that great rock coming to knock this statue down. All right. And just because you 10 horns, just because you other nations are going to burn this place, don't think your judgment's not coming, man. That whole system goes down, man. Okay. It says Edom should be a desolation, and everyone that goeth by it should be astonished. So it's the same thing that's spoken about in Revelations. That all the nations are going to hiss and wag their head. Oh, how has Babylon the Great been destroyed? Going back to the Isaiah, is this he who caused the earth to tremble? All right. How has thou fallen, O Lucifer? Okay. And it's talking about his nation, man. Because it's just like this. In the ancient times, if I went and captured a city, or if I captured, no matter how big the country is, if I captured the capital of the city or the capital of the country, the whole country goes down. All right. So same thing with the whore, man. Once Yahushua captures this place, all right, like Revelations calls him the conqueror. right? Everything else, all other systems fall, man. Okay. As it was, and now here's the point: as in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there. That's not talking about ancient Babylon, man. It's the people still over there. All right. This is talking about a future event. All right. A future event. Now, if we know this is not ancient, and it's talking about today, well, who's these heathens? Who's these other nations that's going to cause this damage or this destruction upon Babylon the Great? All right. It's already started. Matter of fact, you're going to have other Edomites, which this is hilarious because the Lord is doing what he did to us and to Edom. Right? Divide and conquer. Right? All you Edomites are divided. So how can your house stand? This system was given to you. The earth was given to the hands of the wicked, but the wicked is so wicked that they're greedy amongst each other. All right. Same reason with World War One, World War Two, which is prophesied. Esau's the devil, man. He's the harbinger of death. Okay. But anyway, back to this. It says, neither should no man abide there, neither should the son of man dwell in it. All right, because there's going to be a place for desert like animals. Okay. This is this is Joel. Joel 3:9. Proclaim ye this amongst the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty man, let all the men of war draw near, let them come. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. So your agriculture factories, things of that nature. How do you say your merchandise for the most part, man? All right. All that profit is basically being used to finance war. All right. And speaking in today's terms, if you guys don't think Russia or China, who has one of the biggest economies, all right, if you think they're not ready for war, you out there, look at their fucking technology, man. If you guys don't think they're fucking ready, you're out your fucking mind. More importantly, the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shai is going to be on these heathens to do these prophecies. So there's no way out for Esau, Edom at all. Okay? It says, assemble yourselves, come ye, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. This is the same thing Isaiah speaks about, the same thing Jeremiah speaks about, the same thing Baruch speaks about, the same thing Revelation speaks about. Okay? Hey, Joel's speaking about it right now. Obadiah speaks about it. All these nations are going to come up against Babylon the Great. And it's going to have the ultimate destruction. And it doesn't stop there. The rest of you heathens are going down, man. Okay? You guys crying afar off. Well, trust me, you're going to keep on crying, man. All right? When you see New Jerusalem come down from the heavens, what the hell you think we're going to be ready to do? Shake your hand? No. Okay? Here we get. So I can get. This Revelation. This is Revelation 17. I'm start with 15. he saith unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are people, multitudes, nations, tongues, which, Babylon the Great is supposed to be the world's leading country, nation, economy, however you want it. She reapeth unto herself all people, man. Just sitteth upon many waters. This place is called what? The Great Melting Pot. But not only that, we got all these U.S. military bases all across the world. All right. So that shows you who's the destroying mountain. That shows you who's the hammer of the earth. Okay. It says, "In the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked." All right? Remember, the Lord said he's going to make him bare. All right? "And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. For Yahweh hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will." And the Lord is doing that right now. He's putting, the Lord has an innumerable amount of angels. What do you guys think the angels are doing, man? They're just sitting there. Now, you got some that just praise the Lord 24/7, of course, and all that. But just like you have examples in the Bible of angels going out to deceive certain kings or to play on the minds of other leaders of other nations, the same thing is going on now. You think the Lord ain't got a spirit on Putin or a spirit on Trump? Or the spirit on these puppeteers that's controlling them, all right? Or that's on the Moabites or these other nations. The Lord is doing this. The Lord is putting all this in their hearts to what? Fulfill his will, okay? And to agree and to give their kingdom to the beast and to the words of Yahweh should be fulfilled, man. All right? So when we see these reports about certain armies linking up, it should make you think about Ezekiel 38th chapter, man. It said basically Russia is going to be a guard to all these other countries, man. All right, look what they're doing in Africa. The boat, Belt roads and let me do it this way. Give me 1 second because I got it pulled up. All right, Belt and Road supply chains in Africa, right? So, like Belarus. Hold on. All right, let me pull it up this way. But yeah, it's called like Belt and Road. So a lot of those countries, and Africa has a lot of resources, right? And the number one country, and I just put this in chat, right? The Belt and Road Initiative, right? China is one of the number one countries, all right, involved in what? Railway, ports, highways, and mining operations in economy zones in over 40 African countries, man. All right. So you can see what other nations are doing to position themselves to be what? The next leading market or country, if you will. That says woe into Asia. Now Asia is a continent, but who's on the continent of Asia? These Moabites and these Russians, man. Okay. It talks about how China companies have acquired land leases in Ethiopia, Zimbabwe, and things like that. Who else is in there? The Gulf states, which are like Saudi Arabia, India, European countries, France, UK, Italy. All right. So, hey, it's evident. What's getting ready to happen, man? It's evident, man. Call Army, how about Shimmy, how shot. So when we see these reports of certain nations linking up, it's getting prepared for the downfall of this place. It's getting prepared for these prophecies to actually come to pass. All right, just like Yahweh Shimon Shah said it would. Hey, so with that, hey, I pray this was edifying. It's lucky if I was a little bit everywhere, but it's a lot of information to get out. With that, I'm gonna say all praises, honor, and glory be unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Karkadash. Double honors to thee, all the apostles, a great millstone. Salutations to the elect, wherever you may be. A Bible ball.